While millions of people are already facing both shortages and excesses of calories and nutrient intakes, FAO estimated that demand for food should be increased by 70% by 2050.
So basically, we are attending some challenges for agriculture, which is the increase in terms of population, the fact that there is climate change and we need to adapt and also mitigate this climate change. Somehow we need to change the way we do agriculture in northern but also in southern country to improve the yield. Need also to prevent hunger and diversify the diet. It's very easy because we are relying only on 3 major crops to get 40% of our daily income calories, which are wheat, rice and maize. Though since there are over 30,000 edible plants, of which only 6,000 or 7,000 were cultivated, we have the choice to diversify the agriculture. And we choose to diversify that on either varieties that are better adapted or needs to be developed, and also new plants, which are called NUS for neglected or underutilized species, because basically they were hardly studied by academic or sciences.
Neglected and underutilized crop species are locally adapted, culturally important, and high-yielding under the low input production conditions, widespread in African smallholder farming systems. By targeting key neglected and underutilized crop species, the EWA Belt project has analyzed the role they play, valorizing traditional knowledge and practices in building sustainable agriculture while ensuring the delivery of diversified ecosystem services. A selection of NUS species has been carried out and studied by the project's partners, based on their development potential, including factors such as yield, nutritional properties, drought tolerance, disease resistance, and commercial value. In Ghana, our partners KDC and SARI conducted trials in the Guinea savanna to evaluate the agronomic performance of fonio land races.
Fonio is very strategic in the northern part of Ghana. It requires less inputs. You don't need to apply fertilizer in the current form. And farmers can also get enough time for other crops or other activities because you don't have to control pests and diseases like the other cereals. We chose fonio because of the potential that fonio has. Being a short season crop, short duration, within 3 months it is matured. And looking at our agroecology, we have a short rainy season, and in some cases there could be intermittent drought or terminal drought where the season is shortened. So if you get a short duration crop, it becomes very useful for the farmers in that area. And we chose fonio once again because of the way the climate is changing.
However, fonio cultivation is limited in the northern region of Ghana, and it has received very little research attention by national government and other donor agencies.
There's a need to get alternatives to the conventional cereals that could also serve as a complementary kind of cereal for them, so that in case of anything, then they can grow the fonio to fill in the hunger gap. So fonio is really strategic, and we realize that there's a lot to be done in fonio. We don't have conserved genetic resources, we don't have improved varieties. So we decided to embark on a very holistic kind of approach to understand the genetic diversity of fonio in Ghana, try and conserve the genetic resources we have, come up with a variety that we can give to the farmers for commercialization.
The EWA Belt project provided a unique opportunity to conduct in-depth research on the genetic diversity among the fonio land races. KDC conducted participatory on-farm testing to identify and select high-yielding fonio varieties suitable for cultivation in the farmer field research units of northern Ghana, with the aim to support farmers cope also with the effects of climate change. 4 local fonio varieties were tested across 4 districts, following business-as-usual practices such as thinning out and weeding. Based on the yield and other characteristics such as early maturing, farmers and local government staff selected 2 fonio varieties. These varieties are now being demonstrated within the 5 districts targeted as well as other districts of the regions.
And during our germplasm expedition, we realized that there are a number of challenges that are associated with fonio, especially post-harvest handling issues, processing, harvesting itself, mailing of it. These were very challenging, and that is what is really keeping most of the farmers away from it.
Leveraging the genomics revolution of the recent decades, characterized by decreasing cost of next-generation sequencing, improved technical expertise, and automated data analysis, the EWABELT project has addressed the challenge of enhancing knowledge of genomic diversity and applying it to environment-based selection in NUS.
So within that project, we decided to choose with the partners and with the stakeholders of the different countries 6 NUS that we will study from the genetic point of view. The idea was to bring the genetic resource and genomic resources at the level of other major crops. So we did a large investment into sequencing of different genetic resources, and we are now analyzing the genetic diversity within these crops. Since we know already that these species are going to diversify our diet, they are already adapted to harsh environments, so they will be adapted to future climates. They bring a lot of cultural value, so they prevent also the loss of diversity in terms of cultural knowledge, of diversity in terms of species, and they can be a large source of income for local population and especially women. So they provide new jobs within rural areas.